Hello everyone, welcome to the Lion Habitat Ranch. This is one of our streaming safaris. It's kind of impromptu. It's for Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is a day that lets people give back to their communities. So we are asking everyone to help us out during this crisis everyone's going through. It really hurt us because we're running at 25% capacity, and we are a nonprofit. So anything goes a long way. If you guys want to donate anything from our wish list, like rakes and things like that, we're always in need of stuff like that. Feeding the animals is very important. Donating a paint for Ozzy helps a lot because he does love to paint. This is Ozzy. My name is Robert, and I have Megan here helping. Ozzy is working on a scarf. It has Christmas colors on it. It's not spoken for just yet, so if anyone is interested in it, you can purchase that.
You got your first question, Robert. Is he out for guests? Do we have any guests on property right now?
We do not. Unfortunately, we are closed on Tuesdays. We do have behind the scenes stuff on Tuesday, so if you guys did want to book a private tour on Tuesday, you would have the whole place to yourself. So that's one way you could help us out as well, is visiting us. That helps out. Other ways is our Amazon Smile. If you guys have an Amazon account, definitely link us to that. Buying anything on there will give us a small percentage to a nonprofit like ourselves. Ozzy. So if you guys see, he does have a really long tongue. He sticks his tongue out and he lets me know he's ready to paint. He's not supposed to be painting with food in his mouth. Otherwise, we end up with extra texture on those scarves. And we don't want him to work with Stecco just yet, so we don't like him chewing his food while he's painting. Good job, Oz. He is a male reticulated giraffe. There are lots of types of giraffes out there. He's just a specific type. You guys do wonder why he's by himself? That's normal. Male giraffes live all by themselves in the wild. They're solitary until they want to breed. Then they meet up with a herd of females and they compete for breeding rights. And it's not a fun time for a giraffe. It's called necking, and it can get very violent. So Ozzy's nice and comfortable by himself. He doesn't have to worry about all of that. Good job, Oz. You want a carrot? He is working for vegetables, so carrots and broccoli are one of his favorites. He does see in color very well, so I think he's liking this bright green. It reminds him of all those mulberry trees behind me. Something he works on a daily basis is his topiary skills. He's a strict herbivore, so in the wild that's what they eat, that plant matter from the top of the trees. Even the lower parts of the trees, he could reach down pretty far, as you guys could see. I'm only 5 foot something, and he's pretty much up there. We'll ask him how tall he is, so you guys can see how tall he is. You ready, Oz? You want to show everyone how tall you are? Good job, bud. Super smart. He learned that behavior in just a few weeks. So back to his vegetation he eats. He eats around 50 to 60 pounds a day because he's still growing. When he's full grown, it could be up to around 60 to 80 pounds a day. Let's try that one more time, Oz. You can wiggle your fingers right by you. Good job. So if you guys hear me clicking, that's just letting Ozzy know what he's doing is what he's getting paid for. So when he makes a stroke on the canvas, I click, and it's kind of that bridge that he knows he's getting paid for that moment in what he's doing. The more he paints, the more clicks I'll make. That lets Ozzy know he's going to get a bigger reward. Here in Vegas, we like to call that a jackpot or a high magnitude. Works the same for me. If I work harder, I expect to get paid more.
What are those horns on his head, Robert?
Let's find out. Can you show me your head? Let's see your head. The big one right here in the middle is a mesocone, and the top one right here are osteocones. He does have 2 smaller ones on the back of his head. They act like a helmet when he's competing for breeding rights, and it also acts as like a hammer. It adds more weight to his head. So when he does swing his neck to do an offensive strike to another male giraffe, it creates more weight and more momentum. They're not actually fused to his skull when he's born. Over time, calcified deposits fuse it to his skull. The day he's born, he's 6 feet. It's a pretty big animal to be 6 feet the day you're born. Giraffes are the tallest animals in the world. They're not the largest animals. I think blue whales are the largest.
That's correct.
But they are definitely the tallest. And they do use that height advantage in the wild. And a lot of other animals use it as well. Zebras and gazelle and water bison and stuff like that. I think water bison, right? Water bison? Water buffalo. They follow the giraffes around to use that height advantage. Giraffes see things a lot sooner than other animals. They act like that sentinel out in the savannah. So when a giraffe sees something, they see it sooner, and they freak out a little earlier than the other animals. So the other animals, they tend to follow suit with the giraffes. He does have very good eyesight. You guys see behind Megan on his barn, there's lots of paint right there. On those days, he doesn't particularly feel like painting with those colors, and he definitely lets us know. He's like, I don't like that color. Change it. I'm the artist. A little more gold. Let's do more gold. Ozzy only weighs about 1,800 pounds right now. That's not that much, huh, Oz? When he's full grown, he'll be around 3,000 pounds. Almost 18 feet tall. He is 6 years old, so he's still growing. Our largest lion is Dude. He's around 600 pounds. You guys might be wondering how Ozzy feels about lions on property with him. We have 31 of them at the moment. They are class 1 carnivores, and they eat a lot. So Ozzy, he feels he's pretty much safe. He's comfortable. Giraffes normally don't lie down in the wild, but Ozzy, he has a huge bed right here behind this wall, and he lies down. Takes them a few moments to get up. That's why they don't lie down in the wild. It leaves them vulnerable to predators. Hyenas or lions would mob them if they lie down. But he's safe, and he knows it. He's really smart. You guys can see he paints. Paints better than I do. Ready? Yep. You can see that long purple tongue of his. It's the natural color. It acts as a natural sunscreen, because he is eating for a long time, around 20 hours a day. So he's got to protect that tongue from the sun. And that dark pigment is exactly what that's for. What do you think, Megan? More gold? A little bit? And that tongue is prehensile. You can watch when it reaches out, it'll grab the brush. Prehensile is just a fancy word for grasping. Same thing our hands do. That was perfect, Megan. He went right where you're touching. Yeah. You notice his pattern on his body. No two giraffes have the exact same pattern. It's kind of like our fingerprints. Conservationists like to use that pattern as an identifier to giraffes in the wild to help count them. Unfortunately, in the wild, they're not doing so good. They're going through what you call a silent extinction. It's exactly what it is. It's silent. No one's really talking about it. Good job, Oz. It hits it being silent. Everyone hears about like rhinos or elephants. They're not really talking about giraffes. But in the last 20 years, 80% of the giraffe population in the wild has been on the decline. Mainly due to human encroachment and poaching plays a big part in it. Habitat loss as well. So Ozzy does have a social media presence. He does tend to log on YouTube and Facebook, and he lets everyone know that the proper way to shoot a giraffe is with a camera. It's very important. You might find him on Tinder too.
Does he have any teeth?
He does have teeth. Being a mammal, he has the same amount as we do. I think it's around 32. He just doesn't have any in the very front top of his mouth. Right about here. There's like a hard plate on the top that he uses to crush things with, like branches to loosen the bark on it. But he has teeth on the bottom and in the very back of his mouth for grinding. He also has the exact same amount of vertebrae in his neck that we do. So if anyone wants to type that into the chat there, you could guess the number. His are designed just a little different than ours. His vertebrae are more like on a ball and socket joint like our shoulders. It gives him a more mobility and range to get into all those nooks and crannies in the branches.
What does he eat?
In the wild, his favorite food is acacia trees. So you kind of think of it like what Jesus' crown is made of, like they have thorns. The trees have thorns just like that. So he's got to have that dexterity in his tongue to work around all those thorns to get those nice leaves off of it. But right now he's eating Brussels sprouts, carrots, broccoli, and his staple diet here is alfalfa. He eats a lot of that. He eats around 40 pounds of that all the time.
How often do they sleep?
Giraffes don't sleep very often. As I mentioned earlier, he's up for a long time eating, around 20 hours a day. So it doesn't leave much time for sleeping. That's not much time to sleep. So he's trying to figure out a way to get sleep in whenever he can. And he figured it out as doing micro naps is the best way. And it also helps him in the wild when they do that micro napping to keep them safe. Lots of predators out there. They got to avoid those lions, so if he went to sleep, it would leave him vulnerable. So he does those micro naps, and it's just a few minutes here and there for about an hour to 2 hours a day. Kind of looks weird, like everything just shuts off and there's like no one home. But his eyes are open. They're weird. Giraffes are weird. If I didn't know what one looked like and you told me a unicorn and a giraffe and you described them both to me, I definitely think the unicorn was the real animal. Giraffes are very majestic.
How big do their hooves get?
Giraffes' hooves get pretty large. They're about the size of a dinner plate, a Thanksgiving dinner plate, a really big plate. And they're very powerful. As you imagine, they hold up that 3,000-pound animal very well. So his legs are very strong as well. He could kick in any direction. I like to call him the martial artist of the animal kingdom. His kick is so strong, it could take out a lion. Good job, Lars. Lots of dots.
I think that scarf's looking pretty good. What about you guys?
Yeah, it looks really good. Maybe one more thing of gold, Oz. Don't play with your food. Take it. You do a good one, Oz. Make it good. Last one. He doesn't normally paint on Tuesday, so this is a major treat for him. This painting session, we do them 4 times a day when we're open. So it helps stimulate him mentally. Good job. It's like what we like to call our interactive enrichment for Ozzy. Keeps his mind, stimulated. It's fun for him, it's fun for us, and it's fun for everyone to watch him paint, so definitely keep it going on. So thank you guys for watching our streaming so far. We're going to have Ozzy. Oh, he's already going to bow for me. Good job, Oz. Thank you. If you guys are interested in helping us out, and you can't physically be here or physically donate, we do have a lot of merchandise online that Ozzy produces. You can find his scarves, he does canvases, keychains, lots of different things. If you guys want something personally made by Ozzy, let's say you have a favorite color or a favorite football team or baseball team and you want to represent those colors, he could definitely customize something for you guys. Just give us a call or shoot us an email. We'd definitely appreciate anything you guys could do with for us during Giving Tuesday. Very important. Thank you guys.